All right, so outside of that, we got some New World information today. Essentially, New World did their presentation this morning that was a part of Summer's Games Fest. Just to give you guys a brief summary of the information that was delivered, it was everything we've already known. I love it when they have these kind of hyped up PR campaigns that are a part of like Summer Game Fest. It's like if you follow the game at all, and you did not get anything you want, but no matter what, they know they're going to get you invested. So I was there watching this morning, going like, "Oh, let's see if they give us any new information," and it literally was just like, "Oh, here's everything that you already know," and I go, "They got me." They got me again. I was hoping for more information, but it serves as a really good kind of purpose for those running out there. However, New World has its work cut out for it, namely in its perception. It doesn't have the trusted community, and also when it comes to its cash shop, that is a sticking and hot topic that we covered last week, especially with what Rurikon and his input on it being kind of something where that definitely makes it a concern for him. Let's go with Soro. Soro, New World, where do you fall on the scheme of it? Is it a game that you're actively interested in? Why not? And does the cash shop currently concern you?
Well, considering I pre-ordered it, I would say I'm still going to play it. Like, I loved playing in the beta. The beta was a lot of fun whenever we were in together. But the cash shop doesn't bother me at all. Like, personally, it doesn't. I don't need to take part in it if I don't want to. It's that simple. Like, it's just like the 14 cash shop from what I've been told, what I've been seeing. You can participate in it. It helps fund what is going on. Sure. If there's something really cool on there, yeah, I'll drop the $5, $10, $15 to get it. Just being like, oh, this is a really cool weapon skin, or this is a really cool, glamour or something like that. But other than that, I don't need to even look at it. I mean, I get the people concerned, or like we're concerned, you're concerned, some people are concerned about, oh, well, you can just drop an entire year's salary on stuff in this thing, and those people won't even bat an eye at it and everything like that. I'm like, okay, cool. You want to pay my way too? Then great. I'll tell you a couple things that I think are pretty neat. You can get me. But other than that, like it doesn't bother me any. Like,
Yeah.
I know where my money needs to go, and it doesn't need to go there. So
see, for me, I don't mind a cash shop. I think those buy-to-play games with zero subscription need to monetize in order to, keep the game running. Money doesn't just come out of thin air. Wish it did, because I'd be rich. But, it doesn't. So they need to monetize it somehow. My problem is how they actually monetize it. See, the way 14 monetizes it, I think is right. Everything is cosmetic and nothing gives you an advantage outside of the bike. But you can actually sort that out and get
and the whale and the go ahead.
The XP boosters that they're looking to add, the only thing that's of concern to me is if it will impact the main game. Will they be tweaking the XP system in a way to make me want to spend and buy a bit of XP booster, or make me want to get that rested XP, or basically slowly but surely just nudge me ever so slightly to that side. As long as they don't do that, then I don't care for it. At the moment, I feel like the grind is worse because they want me to go to the shop. That is where I'll draw the line. And with these companies, that fine line is very difficult to meet. Blade and Soul started off relatively well, and then as soon as they saw they could monetize it, XP went through the roof. BDO was the same. Once you get to the late game, it can take forever to gain a level unless you buy boosters. And even then, it's still going to take forever. As long as it doesn't affect my gameplay, I'm okay. But if it starts affecting my gameplay, that's where I draw the line. I don't mind dropping money onto a cash shop. I spend money in 14. I spend money in Genshin. If I enjoy the game, I don't mind dropping a bit of money in. But not if it's going to give me a physical advantage or it's going to be the sole way of me actually progressing.
Yeah, they have to deliver a really good game, and that's where I've seen people argue that they announced over a year ago that the game would have a cash shop. So nothing that is coming out now, in my mind, is new or anything really to be concerned about until we have like more information. But I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody who's on the fence that they have to no. I was like, no, you do what you feel is right. Like, it's your money, it's your time. Support, don't support. There's no wrong answer in my mind. They have to earn that level, that degree. But that all then being said is, I think that I would not launch a game with a cash shop. I would be open that it's like, hey, we're considering this down the road with cosmetics, and this is what we're considering, but we're gonna just launch the game and then introduce that later. That's what actually 14 did in my mind, that I think has made it so successful. And yes, the cash shop isn't in your face all the time, but it's still there, and people spend lots of money on it. There's plenty of things that you can purchase from it that I wish still had a connection to in-game, but I get that it doesn't for that reason. Go ahead, Chaos.
Can you access the cash shop within the game on New World?
We don't know. Most likely, yes.
Because in 14 you can't.
Right. 14,
it's as far away from your face as possible.
Mm-hmm. So I would think
that's how I feel it should be.
Yeah, and I think beyond that, I think the fact that like you get people in, you let them play, and you develop trust and say, hey, we want to do this, and if you guys like the stuff here, it ends up equaling this other cool stuff for you there. Because I think any adult, anybody who's ever had to work to pay a subscription or to buy a game will recognize that these people aren't working for free. Like, they're not working like they might love what they do and have passion for it, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, they need to feed their families. Amazon needs to make a profit. Otherwise, they're just gonna be like, why are we throwing money into a pit? Let's not do that. That's why, that's what separates successful businesses from the ones that end up closing down. It's like, well, we threw a lot of money into a hole and nothing came back up. Well, moving on. And then the people we end up having, no matter what, like, if it has to be a good game. But let's say if people love it and it is a good game and no one supports it whatsoever, then it goes away and people are like, what happened? It was such a great game. And it's like, well, like, they didn't have the right business model essentially to support the game and the development costs therein. But I think in the end of the day, the next couple months are going to be really interesting. I think July 20th is going to be kind of a critical point for them, and then the release. But it's beyond the release. You got to get a year in their belt. Like, I think their first expansion is going to tell a lot overall about the experience with the game itself. Thank you so much for checking out this highlight from Epic Loot Radio. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe button, and more. And check out our other channels, Ginger Gaming Radio, Ginger Prime, and Work to Game for more content. Thanks for being here, and you're awesome.